Hey there folks, today I'm coming to you with another LED flashlight review. This time I'm looking at the Olight SR51 Intimidator. This is my first experience with an Olight, and my first experience with a flashlight that isn't really primarily geared for either tactical use or everyday carry type of duty. This light is primarily designed for someone who's maybe going to go out, do a little hiking, camping, fishing, outdoor activities, and perhaps even as a search and rescue type of a light. So I thought I'd just record this supplemental video to my written photo review that's on throughmylens.org, and you'll see a link to that in the description of this video. Okay, so I've got the light here on my written review. You can see I've got a photo of the nice aluminum case that it comes with. Here's some of the accessory items that come with the light. Some are fairly typical, like this lanyard that we see here, as well as this case. Most flashlight manufacturers include something along these lines. It also comes with this nice diffuser, which is something of a rarity. I have not yet seen a flashlight that comes with a diffuser like that. And what you would use that for is you put this on the end of the flashlight, and it will diffuse the light and make for a real nice, the light does tail stand, so when you have that on there, the light diffuses and really fills up a room, so that you can use it as kind of like a little lantern, which is pretty neat. I think that's a nice accessory item, particularly for how it's going to be used for. I can see if you're camping, you're in a tent. If you've got something like this, that's, bringing a separate lantern is one less item that you have to bring. So that's I can see that as being important. Now I have to confess, I'm not really a hiker, camper, outdoorsy type. I don't do a lot of that kind of activity. I always say camping for me is the Holiday Inn. I have this problem with sleeping outside and paying a mortgage. It's just against my grain. So I have not been able to test this light in the manner in which it's designed to be used. But based on what I can speculate, someone in that environment would want to use it for. I think it's designed pretty well. It's a nice light. It is big. It's bigger than your typical LED flashlight that's used maybe more tactically. And I've got some size comparison photos out there. Pretty easy to use. This is the activation switch. You just press it to power on, press it again to power off. When it is on, you just hold it down to cycle between the two modes. It's now cycled down to the low mode. Hold it down again. Cycle back into the high mode. Again, that high output mode is 900 lumens, and it'll run for 110 minutes at that level. If you bring it down to the low level, that's 250 lumens, and that'll run at 10 hours. Now, if you hold this down, it will cycle. Once it goes through those different output levels, it turns off and it locks. It locks in the off position. Now, if you notice, if I hit that button, if I hold it down, the light's not going to go on again. But if I hit it quickly in succession 3 times, it unlocks the light. So very nice. That's a pretty unique feature. I like that a lot. Otherwise, there's it's pretty simple operation. It does have a strobe mode as well. It does not have an SOS mode, which I thought, if I'm outdoors and I'm on a serious adventure outdoors, maybe an SOS mode would probably be more useful to me than a strobe mode. So I kind of was, and I could be completely wrong on this, I'm just thinking if I go outside, I'm probably going to get lost, and I'm going to want an SOS mode. But a serious hiker camper may not have that concern. So you know, maybe that's not as big of an omission as I might think. The other thing I thought, you know, if you do want to use this as a lantern in your tent, you know, having a lower, you know, mode, maybe something down in the, you know, 100 lumen level to increase that runtime would be nice, particularly if you're going to be camping over an entire weekend or maybe even a week. The 10-hour runtime at 250 lumens, you know, it really isn't all that long, just depending on how you want to use it. But otherwise, it's great build quality. Very impressed. Get my first experience with an Olight here. Let's go ahead and jump right into some of the beam characteristic tests so you can get an idea of what it's like. Okay, we're here in my home theater room, and I'm going to throw some light up on the screen, which I do a lot of light testing on to demonstrate beam characteristics. Now, here's the Olight SR51, and that's in its highest output mode at 900 lumens. We'll kick it down to 250. This is a very throwy light. You can see it's got a very distinct hot spot, very typical of an XML emitter light. It's got kind of a yellowish green tinge to the light at the center of the hot spot, with more of magenta-like spill, and that's true in either mode. Really a strong, powerful light. I'm going to put it back in 250 mode. I don't really have another light in this kind of category to show. Again, I've got mostly tactical and LED flashlights. I don't really have anything that's designed for, you know, more outdoor use. But what I will throw up is I've got another XML emitter flashlight. This is a Through Night 2C in its highest mode, and you can see that the 2C has a head that's designed more to fill a room with more spill. It's got a much more diffuse hot spot than does the Intimidator here on the left. I've got the Through Night 2C on the right. And you can kind of just compare them now. One thing I want to note is the Through Night on the right is in its highest turbo mode right now. If I kick up the Intimidator to its highest mode, it really just blows out the Through Night, because its, you know, output is better than double that of the Through Night in its high mode. So you can see the differences. Now, one thing I did want to mention, you know, as I mentioned in the studio, this does have a strobe mode. I'm going to go ahead and put this light in the strobe mode. If you hit the power button quickly twice, it'll jump in that strobe mode. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there is an audible clicking when you put that into the strobe. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Hopefully you can hear that clicking. I don't know why it does that. I think it's a little annoying. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off so nobody gets a headache there. But yeah, by hitting that power button twice in succession, you go into that strobe mode. So yeah, I don't know why there's an audible clicking in the light when it goes into the strobe mode. That's the first time I've encountered that. So just a data point I wanted to share. So let's go ahead and jump back in the studio, and I'll give you my closing thoughts. Okay, we are back in the studio here, wrapping up the video portion of my SR51 Intimidator review. This light is by Olight again. My first experience with Olight, of course, they're very well established in the LED flashlight segment, very well known for putting out a quality product at a very competitive price. And I think if you compare the Intimidator with other offerings in this segment, you're going to find it's pretty price competitive, particularly when you factor in the accessories that come with this light, such as that really nice aluminum case that it comes with, the diffuser, really nice accessory for a light that's going to be used in this kind of philosophy of use. And you know, it's got some great features, very high output, very well constructed. You can see it's well knurled here on the handle, very easy to hang on to. Nice heat sink design for dissipating heat here. Excellent design. It's even got this red ring on the interior of the flashlight head there, which has kind of a glow-in-the-dark capability, so that you can find this light. I would imagine if you're in your tent at night looking for the light, that's a very handy feature. So well thought out, very nicely designed flashlight. Definitely, if you're considering something for outdoor camping, hiking, fishing, you know, even search and rescue, give this light serious consideration. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.